Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. It's just Saturday morning. Oh, it's Monday morning, son.
What are you trying to sing?
Well, let's sing. It's not Chubby Checker, Fats Dominoes.
Oh, show your age a bit there, I think, bro.
Anyway, whatever morning it is, the song over here, it's Saturday morning. Talk about horrible weather, man. God damn it. But I'm not here to give you a weather report. I'm here to say, listen, we've got like 5 live news. What's that, Ralph? What?
I do that. I do the weather report when I do my voice of reason.
Yeah, the voice of reason. Soon to make a comeback. But anyway, we've got 5 segmented live news. 5 segmented live news. And it's not any new news. It's a repeat from yesterday's show. There's some other bits and pieces of ingredients just thrown on top. But anyway, Ralph's looking a little bit quizzle there. We'll get into this one on the other side of this music intro. Yes. Welcome back to Cannon. A bit not confused. It's just the lyrics of the song. Monday morning. What? How does it go, Ralph? Fats Dominoes.
I thought it was, Saturday morning.
You sure?
Saturday. I'm sure it is.
Okay. All right. We'll
go on the iTunes and find.
Yeah. All right. But anyway, we're not here to be singing, are we? We're here to give you some rumors and some news. But before that, subscribe. That's all you have to do. And lend me your ear and your fingers just for the next hour. Because my brother and I have got some business to be getting into a little bit later on. That's all you got to do. Just subscribe and listen. All right, let's get into the first bits and pieces. The first pieces was, Ralph, actually, because you probably weren't aware, was in regards to Joe Willock. Yes, Arsenal agreed $25 million deal with Newcastle for Joe Willock. Willock enjoyed a tremendous spell on loan at the Magpies during the second half of the 2021 campaign, scoring 8 goals in 14 Premier League appearances, and has been linked with a permanent move ever since his loan at St James's Park ended. The 21-year-old future has been uncertain all summer, with multiple sources reporting different stories regarding where he will end up in the new season. Now, speaking in July, boss Mikel Arteta, this actually made me laugh. He said that Joe is part of our plans. He's our player, and in the time that he was here, we'll try to make the most of him. He had a great experience on loan. He was, I think, one of the most important players for the survival. That's for Newcastle, that is. However, reports have since surfaced suggesting that the Gunners were listening to offers for the midfielder, whilst the Daily Mail has brutally said that the North Londoners were likely to sell him to raise funds for their own spending spree. Reports in France had claimed that AS Monaco were eyeing up a move for Willock. At that point, I said it's not true. But links quickly died down. There was no links. Despite pre-season not being a lot to go by, Newcastle have looked lost at times without their youngster in their team. Steve Bruce's 3-5-2 system requires someone like Joe Willock's profile to play in that role and drive the team forward in transition, something that he thrived in doing last term, but not at Arsenal. So it appears the youngster Ralph, he's like, give me the quids up, is on his way to Newcastle, Ralph, and it got a little bit heated. I kind of went in a little rant, which lasted for about 11 minutes yesterday. And I think 90% of the subscribers and viewers kind of agreed with me. Listen, from an unselfish point of view, Ralph, you can't keep players here who maybe in their minds it's not working out, they're not happy. But Joe Willock looked happy to me playing at Newcastle. 7 goals in 7 games, only matched by Alan Shearer. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. But anyway, Ralph, your thoughts, please, Joe Willock. But good morning to you. Good
no,
morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, bro. Good morning, Canfor fans. Yeah, I've stayed as much away from all this all the news and updates and gossip, as it were, just so I can spend some quality time with my family. But when I saw a bit of your segment the other day, you sounded quite heated about Joe Willock's time at Arsenal and his time in Newcastle. Look, I think us fans, we always get caught up with a player, especially a young player who's come to the club very young age, and we have our ideas on where he's going to play and how he's going to play and everything else. And that's the whole point of us having this academy. The academy was to bring young players up, so then in time they get their chance to go into the first team or to go out on loan to hone their craft, and then to either come back into the first team where there can be deficiencies, or the worst case scenario is that you have to sell them on. And that's the emotional attachment that we have with these players. When we see them very young and they're wearing a kit and they love playing, you want to see them in the first team. And if it doesn't work out, then it's a bit of a gut wrench, because you don't want them to go to your nearest rivals or your closest rivals. But the journey of a football player is like Joe Rowe, James Rowe, as mentioned before. It's not FIFA. This is real life. And when things don't work out, the player, depending on the support structure that he has to look out for himself or herself. What is this club that I spent, my formative years, are they going to allow me to be in the first team? What are my options? And he's relatively a young man, so those kind of decisions that he's going to make is going to are lifetime decisions. Now we all get again emotionally wrapped up when it comes to a player not understanding, not conforming to rules and everything else. But then on the flip side, when there is a player who's saying, look, I've done all I can, and the manager doesn't think that I can figure into his plans, I've got to be selfish. And I think from that kind of angle, did you say that his dad is his agent?
I believe so. I believe his dad is his agent. I know that he was on holiday, and I think they were waiting for him to come back from the holiday to actually talk to his father. But yeah, his father is his agent now.
Yeah. So, he's going to have a sit down with his dad, and his dad's going to say, look, son, these are the options. You're potentially could be playing in the first team, but we've seen from last season what you can do when you play for someone else. And, Joe's got to think, well, he's got to have the conversation with the manager, and the manager should say, look, I want you to stay, but this is what I want you to do at this club. But he hasn't made that clear as far as we're aware. We can only see the fringes of a conversation. We don't know the depth of a conversation. So Joe Willock's got to do what Joe Willock feels is right for him, because like we had this conversation a while back, Alex, if Arteta wants to keep Joe Willock, then why not make him want to have that conversation? You've got the conversation out there with other players, or you've done things to other players. You know what I mean? Why not have that conversation? If he's in your starting lineup, then just say, well, yeah, Joe Willock is in my plans and he's going to be in my starting 11. That way, that conversation, it kills everything stone dead.
Exactly.
Everything stone dead.
Same thing what I said, Ralph. It shuts out any kind of speculation. There can be no doubt. All right, he's going to be, playing in the first team. But, the way I see it, Ralph, is that it wasn't so much Arteta put him out on loan to see what he can do. Because, he's been at Arsenal since the age of 8 or 9 years of age. Season before last, he was the one player who played more Premier League games than any other player. Season before last. So it's not like we're thinking, oh, right, we're not sure, is he going to make it or not? The only reason why he put him out on loan, Ralph, where was he going to fit in the midfield, Ralph, last season? Where was he going to fit? It was nothing about, let's put Joe Willock out on loan. Let's see what he can do. The fact of the matter is he put him out on loan because there was no space for him in the midfield. There was no space for him. And now he's done wonders. I'm thinking, Joe Willock, again, from an unselfish point of view, me being Arsenal for 40 odd years, I'm thinking, A, you can't keep players who don't want to stay at Arsenal. Secondly, it doesn't always work for all the academy players. He's had his chance. And I think he's probably found his place playing away from Arsenal, playing for Newcastle, where he's going to be played consistently. He won't get that under Mikel Arteta. I mean, crikey, Arteta can't play, the same 11 back-to-back for back-to-back games. But, yeah, I don't know, Ralph. As you say, literally... Yeah, go on.
No, what I was going to say was this is just the kind of journeyman experience that players go through. They want to stay at a club. The club may not give them the opportunities to, so then they have to look at other options. And if your other option pays off, then it's another badge that you're going to, emblem you're going to kiss, and the fans are going to. I know actually one guy at work he said to me, how much is Arsenal going to want for Joe Willock? He's a Newcastle fan. And I said, you'd be lucky. I don't think you can afford him. But then that's from my kind of perspective. But from the player's perspective, he's happy playing there because he's playing. That's what every player wants. Every player wants to play.
Exactly.
Every player wants to play. Every player wants to play for, the first team. And he's playing in the first team. And he's doing bits. He's doing everything that he says he can do. And then some, to the point where he's kept Newcastle up pretty much.
Yeah.
So why would you deny him the opportunity to further his career? All right, so who else going to come here? We're going to go for Madison or Osimowa or Bissouma. That money coming in will have to fund who else. That money coming in will have to fund who we want. You know what I mean? So let the guy. It's I think it's one of the selfish things as fans. We always want the player to stay just a bit longer. Look at all the times that Arteta has asked other players who haven't been that good to stay at the
club. You know why I'm laughing? Because yesterday what was I doing? I was on the evening when I repeated yesterday's morning show. Of course, in the evenings I don't do live shows now. I just do premieres, whereas a live chat is still interactive. And meanwhile, someone sent me a photo of Bellerin at the Emirates, Ralph, doing a photo shoot. A photo shoot. Bellerin ain't going nowhere.
Was he carrying some trees?
No,
because that's the only thing that'll probably move a bit quicker than him at this moment in time. So.
Bellerin is not going anywhere this season, Ralph. Not going anywhere. Anyway. Let's go to the next one. Did you want to say anything else, Ralph, on top of that, or you think we've just kind of run the legs off?
Well, the only thing running is the fact that I think Joe Willock should just, when he gets opportunities, just to run, he'll run a lot better than the other W man that we've got in the It's just let's just say it as it is. Let's just say it as it is. You want this is what I've always kind of thought that Arsenal's legacy point was. We've built the academy at the back of getting Thierry Henry. I've looked that up on one of the feeds. Arsene got Thierry Henry, and the money that he got for Thierry Henry, we built the academy. So you'd think, right, that's our foundation. That's set. And where has it gone in terms of progression? We've progressed quite a lot of young players, a lot of young talents, but how long have they stayed at the club? They haven't stayed at the club very long at all. You know, 1 or 2. If you go back to George Graham's era, where we have to keep going back, how many of George Graham's youngsters progressed into the team until Arsene Wenger came in? And what was their level of success?
That's a good point. That's a really good point, man. Anyway, let's just, you know, in the same vein of like controversial. Well, listen, this one is probably going to come to an end now anyway. But William Saliba has opened up and admits that he ignored Arsenal's transfer requests when joining Marseille. William Saliba has revealed he ignored Arsenal's request to join a club in the Premier League instead of opting to return to France. The long and short tale of this one. When I was talking about this yesterday, Yellow Ribbons, they've got a really good podcast. They have actually invited me to come onto the podcast, but it's been so busy. And so really, a player shouldn't be dictating where he should go out on loan. And I was thinking, I understand that, because you are still the property of the club, and the club must tell you which club you're going to, and not the player say, actually, no, I don't want to go to that club. I prefer to go back and play for that club in my homelands. What do you think about that, Ralph? You know, Saliba, he didn't go to a Premier League club, obviously. He wanted to go back to France and play for a French club. A player dictating to Arsenal where he wants to go.
Yeah, I think it does go or rub against the grain for a player to say, no, you know what, you're saying you want to send me over there, I'll rather go over here. I think if that conversation was amongst all the other loanees, they probably wouldn't want to play for the teams that they've been sent out to. Yeah, so it really, the club's got to dictate to the player, because what the club or especially the staff, the training staff, is understanding about that player is, look, you know, how does a player going out on loan, how much will it develop him as a player? So then when he comes back, he becomes more effective for Arsenal. And you know, we're always talking about well-being. You know, how does it set with him going away? How he plays with other teammates, how he conducts himself. He's still under the Arsenal badge, as it were, the Arsenal club, regardless of where he's gone out on loan. But he's got to take on the other clubs' ethos as well. So it's got to be doubly respectful. The club's got to dictate to the player where he's got to go. But it's got to be a conversation between player and manager and club, the training staff, because you want to make sure that you send him out to somewhere that's not going to be too detrimental to his playing abilities or affect him in that kind of situation, and that you want to make sure you get as much back from the player for playing and being a bit more experienced as well. So there's got to be that kind of conversation. But at the end of the day, you know, you sign up, you join. We're going to send you over there, and you have to just you have to just take it. I mean, that's another test as well. You know, you've been told to go somewhere. If you start playing up, then okay, so you're not listening to the chain of command. We're trying to do this for you. You're fighting against it. That means that you're argumentative, and you know you want to do things your own way. So maybe that might have been the reason why Arteta sent him out on loan again. That there must have been other contributing factors to that conversation that we're not privy to. But yeah, it's the club. The club's got to make sure that they're responsible to make sure that their asset goes to another club. But then I don't think that you always want to keep tabs. There must be some kind of way that they keep tabs on the player to make sure that he must check in. Yeah. And everything else.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, and then the next segment, kind of heartwarming for me anyway, at least, and I'm sure for my brother as well. Bakayo Saka reacts to a war message. Bakayo Saka has been presented with hundreds of messages of support at the Arsenal training ground following the racist abuse he received after the final of Euros of 2020. The war of letters, notes, drawings, flags, pictures, and your teddy bear left the 19-year-old and then going speechless. How do I even say thank you to all of this? Saka says, can I not just take it up and bring it home? No, you can't, Saka. You can't. You can't. But I thought that was quite nice actually. Just looking at that photo there, just he just picked up the teddy. He says, I'm having this. I'm taking this. Yeah, youngster, you can take it all. Star boy, star child, star child. Anything you want to say, Ralph, on that quickly before we go on?
Yeah, I did see that set video because I want to see what his reaction was. And look, it just goes to show the support that he has. If he knows that there's a lot of us that support him, regardless of what happened way back when in the Euro finals. But if he wasn't sure about support, he knows now that everyone's behind him. I think this could be the making of him. I think it could make him give him that firm foundation that there's always going to be those kind of people out there, but the majority of people, regardless of color, religion, and gender and everything else, support him and they love him. And he's there's a level 42, isn't it, Alex? Star child.
Star child.
Yeah. He is, and he's going to become such a wonderful, grounded. He's very humble as well. He's a very humble young man, and he'll get better. He'll get better. These things always toughen teenagers and young people to get better. And as long as he's got the support around him, he can only do better than what he's doing at the moment. So yeah, it's good to see him. I'm glad he's back.
Yeah,
but we've got to protect him as well. We've got to protect him as well. You know what I mean? The club's got to look after him because he was almost on the verge of burnt out last season because Arteta was like, yeah, it's our favourite player, so we'll play him in. Yeah, he turned it out. He showed the other the other professionals, the mature professionals, what it's all about. And it's interesting now. It'd be interesting to see what the dynamic of Arteta's 11 is going to be with Saka in there, and who's gonna want to start raising their game. Interesting.
Very, very interesting. Well, something that's not actually it's not Arsenal related, but I thought it's just a worthy mention. Jack Grealish has now signed for Man City, £100 million. Man City have signed England midfielder Jack Grealish from Aston Villa for a British record £100 million. The 25-year-old joined the Premier League champions on a 6-year contract and will wear the number 10 shirt, recently vacated by Sergio Aguero. The fee surpasses the £89 million that Manchester United paid to re-sign Paul Pogba from Juventus in 2016. City are the best team in the country, with the manager considered to be the best in the world, said Grealish. It's a dream come true to be part of this club. The move makes Grealish the 9th most expensive player in football history. My goodness. I saw the video, and you could see it, because he said he's been at Aston Villa for like 19 years, Ralph. 19 years, and I can see he was kind of getting a little bit choked up. But no doubt in my mind, I think he's made the right decision to go and now win some proper trophies with a proper, with Man City anyway, at least. Is there anything you want to say with, Jack Grealish, sign £100 million, man? Is he worth £100 million?
It's the market, isn't it? It's the market. The market. Well, I say it's the market. It's the club. It's the club. The club dictates the market in a sense. So, and this club is financed by a country. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to try and get Messi, because Messi is out as well, isn't he?
We'll get to that.
Yeah. Okay. But Grealish, I mean, when you're at a club for that length of time, of course you're going to get choked up. But I think what may ease the emotional attachment is the financial reward. The financial reward, he's there now. He's at Man City. He will win, a couple of trophies at least. at the very least, because that's their high expectations. And he'll play some really amazing players as well. And I think it'll bring him along also. You know, he'll bring his talents up to the fore as well. My store manager sent me a message, and he had a Messi at the table wearing the Aston Villa top, and I responded in a joking manner. So yeah, we're going to get to that after this. But yeah, Grealish, it's the market. You know, you're not going to turn down 100 mil. Someone offered it to you. You know, I mean, I understand that, you know, the money does play a massive part in football. It's just the way it is. But then at the end of the day, you got to deliver.
Exactly.
You got to deliver. It's great being touted for that amount of money, but then when you take centre circle and you're on the pitch, you got to deliver. So, and I think Pep would be very direct as well in what he wants from Grealish, and Grealish will start, you know, to understand the differences between playing for Aston Villa and playing for Man City, and what the expectations are about, and how he can play that vital role for him. So yeah, wish him the best if in terms of like when he plays for England. But it'd be amazing to see how he's going to play against us. You know, when he Man City against Arsenal, what other levels they're going to bring to the equation.
I think I know what's going to happen. Anyway, last segment is the man of the moment. Yes, Lionel Messi. Barcelona have announced that Lionel Messi is leaving the club after financial and structural obstacles made it impossible to renew his contract. The forward who spent his whole career there had been expected to re-sign after his deal expired in June. PSG have contacted Messi's representative to explore whether signing him may be a possibility. The Argentine international turned down approaches from PSG and Man City some months ago, having decided he wanted to continue with Barcelona, and he's expected to take his time to see how the events unfolded. Now, before we went live, I did actually say to my brother, I did a 2-minute video, less than 2 minutes. I read a BBC report about Messi leaving. I gave a little snippet towards the end. I said, what if Arsenal could sign him? What if? And there's been a few comments. People are saying, so are Arsenal doing something to sign Lionel Messi? I have no idea. I just read the report and I said, what if? There's a conditional. What if? And they said, yeah, they're signing. I said, what if? For the 5th time, Ralph. And people up in arms. Oh, Cannon, Mr. Cannon. Your report is unclear. What's happening? Oh, Ralph, you have the mic, man.
Alex has got the inside track to Oh, fantastic. Guys, simmer down. That's the song. Simmer down. Simmer down. You know, the same thing that Alex done on the header there. It's the same thing my manager did when he sent me the message. There's Messi signing for Aston Villa. Listen, at the end of the day, put that joke on one side. More than likely, I don't think he's going to want to stray anywhere over these territories. I think PSG.
You've been very diplomatic. I've been very diplomatic, Ralph. Go for it, Ralph.
I have to be. Yeah, let's just simmer down. I think that the chances of him coming up, and let's face it, the realistic chances of Messi coming over, I think he's an admirer of Liverpool, potentially Man United, maybe Man City, because Man City's got the money. Just put it this way, Man City's got the money. If Barcelona can't stump up the money that they want to keep him, then it seems more than likely that Man City could say, oh, you know what, actually, that would be a fantastic swoop. Can you imagine Messi at Man City? Everyone just put their hands up and just say, go on, you must just walk the ball from the centre circle to the net because there's no point. You know what I mean? Before, I think in order for Messi to come to Arsenal, potentially, this is just a what-if scenario, guys.
Exactly.
A what-if. Yeah. Kroenke would have to go on bended knee with a trolley full of cash for Messi to come over. Not Josh, not anyone else. It has to be Kroenke on bended knee to get Messi over and get it over the line, as it were. That's the only way that Arsenal could ever do business for Messi to come over. So that's that. You know, how likely is that going to happen? You know what the answer is already. Yeah. So on this side of the water, 3 clubs potentially, not us. On the other side of the water, PSG, Juve. He would never do a swap going to Real Madrid because that'd be like, it'd be, you know, it'd be sacrilege. Sacrilege. And also when you hold the shirt after scoring a goal, you know that tends to stay in people's minds a lot longer as well. So if he's not wanting to uproot his family too much, then he'll still be in Europe. But he won't want to come on. If he wants to come over this side, he probably would feature for maybe a season or two, maybe 2 seasons, and he'll be at those 3 clubs, not us.
Yeah. And the last bit, actually, just kind of a little bit of ingredients I added on top from yesterday's news. Yes. Tottenham versus Arsenal, 2 p.m. kickoff. The Mind tournament? Yeah. Am I going to be watching it? I don't think so. Yeah, 2 p.m. kickoff. So if you guys are having a real vested interest in Arsenal, what they're doing in the tournaments, 2 p.m. kickoff UK time, GMTV time. So those have been all the new segments. So again, it's a repeat from yesterday's show with a little bit of news in regards to the kickoff 2 p.m. Spurs versus Arsenal, the Gunners. Right, we're going to take a little pause for the cause. And when we come back, we're going to go into the live chat and see who has joined us on this one. I think my brother might have some news for some moderators. I'm not sure. I haven't seen if any moderators on the live chat, but we'll get into the live chat on the other side. Yeah, of this advert. I need to sort out a fade on that one, man. It's like it stops just too quickly. All right, let's go into I need to sort that out anyway. All right, let's go into live chat for the first time this morning. And we've got Jacko who says we stopped listening to Arsenal. What's that? Can mean the issues? I'm not sure what you mean. Anyway, you stopped listening to Arsenal issues a long time ago. Okay. Pap, good morning to you, brother. I hope you are well. The assemble says, greetings, gentlemen, and greetings to you, the assembled.
Greetings.
Iman says, what do you have for us today, gentlemen? Well, we're just giving you the news, isn't it, today? Did you not see it?
Rewind back.
Yeah, just rewind back. Just rewind back. Russell, good morning, says, we need Willock. He's a goal scorer. Why are we selling him to sell other players? Well, we've been trying to sell other players. Actually, have Arsenal been trying to sell other players? Have they really been trying to sell other players? Yeah.
Where's Xhaka? Where's Bellerin? Is Leno still our number one? Because he's our only one at this moment in time, isn't he? We've got no other goalkeeper.
Oh dear. Moses, good morning, says, hi gentlemen, why we send our best young star? Again, you need to repeat because we've spoken about, I spoke about Joe Willock yesterday and repeated the news of today, and I've given you my opinion why. Again, from an unselfish point of view, you can only wish Joe Willock all the best. That's all we can do. You can't keep hold of a player. If he doesn't want to stay, go let him go. Let him go. Ross Morgan, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry, Ruff?
No, I was going to say, like we said, that the amount of times that Arteta has asked for, in my opinion, the wrong players to stay, have stayed. And I think it must get on your nerves as well. You know what I mean? You're really, putting yourself out there. You're not being given the chance, and yet your manager is asking players who are not as good, let's face it, not as good, to stay. And then they're the ones who want to leave, and you're still keeping them. It makes no sense whatsoever. So, if you have the opportunity to go to a team that appreciates you, and you're scoring and you're playing in the role that you want to play, then why would you want to stick with Arsenal?
That's my point.
We shouldn't have in the foot.
Daniel Costa, good morning. We are no better than last season. Well, we haven't played in this season yet. The new season hasn't started. It starts next week. So what's the yardstick? There's no yardstick yet because we haven't played any games yet in the Premier League. Ross Morgan says, Willock is the only midfielder we have who can score goals.
Well, he was.
There was another question that came up yesterday, actually. How would somebody asked me, how do I think Willock would do? How well would he do if he played under Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool? And I said he would do quite well. Because although it's like familiar faces, Ralph, it's the same faces at Liverpool. He's got his core group of players that he relies on. Mikel Arteta, what is his core group of players, Ralph?
Bellerin, Xhaka, Lacazette, Aubameyang, and anyone in the middle that may suit. And the W man as well.
So the point I'm trying to make is that he would do well because with Jurgen Klopp, he relies on a core group of players to eke out and get the results. Mikel Arteta, again, tinkers too much. You couldn't say, right, these 6 players or these 7 players, they're going to be playing every single game in, game out, or barring injuries. I can't say that with Mikel Arteta. But with Jurgen Klopp, I can say that. So Joe Willock, he would do all right over there. He would do all right. Good morning, Colin. Colin says that it's not working for any of our youngsters under the sky. Well, Saka, Emerson Rowe. Ralph's not saying anything. Pat says Willock's money is for heroes. Was it Ralph?
Sorry, let's put it this way. I keep on saying this. Emma Smith Rowe and Saka came into the team when we were short in those areas, and it was only because they put it about, they put the ball where they're forward-thinking players. They weren't doing no side to side. As soon as they get the ball, the first thing they want to do, they want to move the game forward so that they attack, and then they put the ball in the areas where your striker should be. That's the only reason why Arteta has pretty much kept them in. He was forced to do that. It wasn't no masterful tactic that he pulled out of the bag all of a sudden that he learned from Pep. It was because of our midfield deficiencies that he was forced to play those players. So let's not get that twisted.
Well, Russ says Willock was at the photo shoot as well. Listen, I understand, players, unless the player has signed a contract to be sold and are going on their way out, players are under contract to do certain things, under the PR banner. But I want Arsenal to manage things a lot better. I've long since unsubscribed to their YouTube channel, where you see them, laughing and wafting and joking and doing the rondas, and life is so wonderful at Arsenal. That all it is not. So I'm asking for Arsenal to, have more class about you, how you do the PR things. It's been written in the stars that Bellerin wanted to leave last season. So manage that bit there better. We didn't need all to see, Bellerin doing a photo shoot as well. We didn't need to see that. Manage that a lot better than you have over the last few years. Players are under contract to do those activities there. Everyone's contracted to be at the photo shoot or do like an advert, sporting the latest kit or sportswear. All the players are, but just manage it a lot better. The optics don't look good. The player had said that he wants to leave. He wants to leave. Anyway. Abraham, good morning.
One player wanted to leave without any please.
Without any what? Which Ralph?
One player, Xhaka, he just wants to leave without any kind of financial increase to his salary or anything. He just wanted to leave, didn't he? And then all of a sudden he's got a new contract.
Abraham, good morning, Gunner family, Alex and Raz. Hope you guys are doing well. As it stands, Arsenal need a hungry striker. Yep. And Arteta patterns of playing didn't suit Arsenal stylish of play too much back passing and sideways passing. But we've got a hungry striker in Balogun, and I don't understand why he's signed a new contract, but he hasn't played in the last 2 games. There's a hungry striker. A hungry striker is right there. I mean, Martinelli's out in the Olympics. I think they made it to the finals now. But it's a time for the player, I know, to show, that he's up for the fight. But it's also for the manager to test all the players. All the players. Yeah, I think he's not played in the last 2 games. Where's Balogun gone? Where is he gone? God, Jerry, me, man. Perhaps, would you guys like to see ex-players involved at the club in some way, Ralph?
Well, we had Bold, didn't we? We had Bold, we had Lundberg. In what capacity? Because they won't be able to sit around the board table to try and influence those members about what needs to be done. The only place that there could be of influence would be with the academy, but then the academy is not really running the way that we want it to be run, because we're getting young players in, but we're shipping them everywhere else. They're not coming through to the first team. We've got academy players who can go in now. Where are they? Are they in the squad? Are they introducing the squad? Are we all prepared and ready for the first match of the season? Are we all settled? Ex-players bring in experience, but they also bring in challenges to the manager. And is the manager strong enough to say, "Hang on a minute now.
Good point.
This is what I think, and we're going to do it my way."
That's a good point.
Until such a time when it doesn't work. And then when it doesn't work, that's why I need you again, Alex. We keep going, but we are like a broken record. Arteta needs someone strong enough to say to him, Arteta, I think what you're doing is wrong. I think, boss, sorry, boss, but I think it's wrong. You know, a boss is only as strong as the people that work with him. And sometimes a boss will have to say, you know, to be a leader, you have to say, look, I understand where you're thinking. What are my blind spots? What is it you think that I'm not picking up on? Because I'm sure I'm seeing them. You know, and if you're not seeing them and you're going straight ahead, then just look in history. Arsene, 5 years, say 15 years into his tenureship, he had Pat Rice, he had Steve Bold sat next to him, and it seems as if no one was talking to him. Or he was talking to them. He was talking to them, but I'm sure that they were thinking, boss, like, can't you see what's going on the pitch? This player needs a kick. This player needs a carrot. This player needs the arm. This player needs strong words. And ex-players will do that to a manager. But is the manager strong enough to take that on? I don't think he is. There's a photo, I think you put a photo of him and Edu in one of the post blogs. Is Edu saying to him, Arteta, you know, what are you doing? You know, don't you think that this is the direction that we need to go in? It's Arteta saying to Edu, look, I need the money. Where's the 250 million that everyone's talking about?
Jerry, man.
Too many loose ends.
Ray from Arsenal Fan Circle, good morning to you, young fellow. He says, good morning, Ralph and Alex. With Saliba insisting on his move being in France rather than in England, does this speak to a lack of mentality with this young player? The first one that came to mind, Ray, was actually defiance. He's probably reached the point where he's fed up because he didn't come to Arsenal to be loaned out to multiple different clubs. He was signed to play for Arsenal, not to be loaned out. So the first one that came to mind, Ray, was he's been defiant because it should be the club rightfully dictating and telling the player, all right, we've made a connection with this club. You're going to be going to that club, that Premier League club. But yeah, I think for me, he's reached to a point where he's thinking, oh, you know, forget about this. Forget about this. I probably can see the writings already on the wall. I probably won't never play for Arsenal. So I don't want them to dictate to me now. I will dictate to the club where I am going to. Where should I go? Back to France. I don't know. What's your take on this, Ralph? Where do you think there's a lack of mentality for the young?
Well, you got to have a strong mentality to question your peers, as it were, or your boss. So I think mentality, it's not a lack of. I think it's the fact that he probably feels that he's been disrespected. He probably feels that, you know, he's not been supported in areas that he could have been supported in. You know, don't forget, this is a very young man who's gone through, you know, he's lost his mum. You know, he's lost his mum. He had a chance to play for the club. They've pulled him back. He made comments on social media, which doesn't always go in your favour at times, but that's youthful inexperience more than anything. You know, he feels he needs to vent, and if you can't vent amongst your friends, or you can, but then it doesn't go nowhere, then to put it out there, it's the next thing that you do, whether it's right or wrong. You know, you do that. Social media is that platform. Yeah. So it's not a lack of mentality, and also don't forget he had a chance to play. Was it for France in a World Cup? It wasn't World Cup. It was some kind of tournament.
Yeah.
And the club said no. Club said no. So when the club puts a dampener on you know what you want to do, all that frustration, all that anger, everything's all like suppressed. It has to come out somehow. And it's come out as defiance. You've noticed it. It's come out as defiance. You know, no, I don't want to go to where you're sending me. What's the point? You paid 20. Let's put it this way: how many times has Arsenal paid a certain amount of a fee and had that player playing in the first team rather than sat on the bench? He came in at 27 million.
27 million. 27
Alex, if you paid for a mansion 27 million, you're not going to hide it, are you? You know what I mean? You're not going to hide 27 million. You make people, if you had 27 million in your skyrocket, at some point you're going to buy a car, you're going to buy a house, you're going to do something. You're going to use it, right? You're going to use that money. Here we are. We've invested 27 million in a young man who's going to help our defense, and you're hiding him. You put him out on loan. You tell him what he can and can't do. It's a nonsense. We've paid less money. We paid less money for players, and they're featured in the first team. So they're saying more to this story.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Colin Young says, could not disagree more, Ralph. Our youth academy has been the base for everything good our club has done until this regime. So good shout out, Ralph. Good shout out. Do you want to say anything, or shall I go on? Do you want to say anything?
No, let's go on now. I appreciate the point, Colin.
Yeah, someone says, Alex, why would Arsenal let it be known what happened with Saliba? That's an excuse being made that should be dealt with in-house. Very suspicious behavior. And that's what I'm saying, you know, the way they go about, you know, just, I can't find the words to describe it, Ralph. The situation with Bellerin and the situation with Saliba, Arsenal could have dealt with those two players there a lot better than they have. You don't always have to air your linen out for everyone to see. That's what I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Doc82 says, I would welcome Tammy to Arsenal. 17 goals in all competitions, 14 in the Premier League, 3 in the Champions League, loads of assists. Young, sell Auber, get him in. They can do the job. Tammy Abrahams for you, Ralph. Tammy Abrahams.
Well, didn't Rowe pull up a good point? He said he scored 3 goals in however many appearances that he's had.
No, you're confusing. That's with Sambi Lokonga. Sambi Lokonga.
Oh, beg your pardon. Okay. Well, yeah. If the stats stack up in terms of 17 goals in all competitions, you know, why not? And this is another thing as well that we always said, Alex. You got to have competition for places. You can't have people, you can't have players, let's say people, you can't have players settled thinking, well, I'm the big I am and I've got this amount of money and I can swan in and swan out. You know, so what if I turn up late for the North London derby? You know what I mean? That's something that's always going to be held, you know, up there until he has an amazing season. Of course, form drops. You know, hard work doesn't. You know, form drops. Class is if you're a classy player, you still have it in you. You know, if you've got potential, there's lots of people with potential, but there's very few that can actually bring it to the fore. So you got to have, you know, competition for places because one, it keeps your edge, and two, sometimes when you lose your edge, because that. No one can maintain performance for forever. Let's face it.
Yeah.
It's also good to see who else can step in and take the baton to the next level, and then it raises your game. So when you're ready, okay, youngster, here you go, go to one side. I'm in here now, and I'll take it on that bit further. You know what I mean? So I think there's always going to be competition for places. Now, if he was to come, I'm not gonna. The only again sticking points I have to say is that we keep on going for players who have done it for the teams that they want to do it for, how they're going to transfer those kind of like skill sets from our rivals to us.
Mm.
You're seeing what the W man has done. You're seeing what I forgot the name of one of our defenders now from Chelsea who came to us now. He's gone.
David Luiz.
But he's Louise.
Mm.
We've always seemed to have gotten players at times when they were just on the the best of them has ebbed. And here we are. We've got the W man on. His contract now is 2 years now, isn't it? 2 years and counting down. That's my only concern. We've got academy players that can step in. We're scared to use academy players. Why? Only God knows.
Mm.
But then we want to get other players who can come in and put a quick fix on a situation that normally never runs well.
Yeah. Okay. Pap says Saka is pure class. Big future ahead of him. Grealish, a good player, £100 million? No. Does City need him? No. Buy to fill English quota. Afridi Edward says hi presenter.
That's got to be you.
Do you think Arsenal is going to sign Maddison, Ramsdale, Martinez, and a quality right back? And do you see Arsenal finishing in top four? Edward from Uganda. Well, Edward from Uganda, in reverse position, I will say no. In mid-table action, we're not going to finish in top four. And do I think Arsenal are going to sign those four players? Maddison, Ramsdale, Martinez, Lautaro, and a quality right back. Yeah, there's some talk about Cedric Suarez. Is it true Arsenal are looking to loan him out or sell him? Cedric, really? He's better than Bellerin. He knows how to do the throwing. Chambers. But honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
Straight lines.
There is some talk, don't you know, that Arteta told Ben White, "Oi, mate, you're not the last signing. We've got another signing coming in." Anyway. Colin Rouse face. Bellerin, Xhaka, William, sorry, the W man, Elneny, Leno, Laka, Orba, Holding will all start against Brentford because this is Arteta's team. All whilst every other team has gotten better, including Newcastle. When Willock does his bits and pieces. Yeah, bits and pieces. Yeah, it's going to be, like I said at the beginning, you guys don't listen to me very well, do you? I said at the transfer window, we'd be lucky if we sold 2 players. Anyway. Afrida says Arsenal can't afford to pay Messi's wages. Completely impossible. Impossible.
There you go.
Impossible is nothing. Good morning, Stephanie. She says, is Maddison in for Arsenal? Sorry. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, Stephanie. I'm sorry to break your heart, but it's not going to happen. Sorry. Ralph, there you go. Not Arsenal. Good morning, Axel Ralph. 8 a.m. What? 8 minutes late today? Were we 8 minutes? We're never late. We just take our time.
I think we might be 3 minutes.
No, I think we're about 8 minutes late, Ralph. Jen says, it's morning here from the Gambia. Yes, I've got some friends who live in the Gambia, South Africa. I hope everyone is doing okay. Family and members, yes, we are fine. Tamina Ahmed says, hi, Alex Raz, how are you doing?
Yeah, we're good, Tamina. Many thanks for joining us.
Any news Bernardo Silva to Arsenal? Well, I have seen, Man City are open to selling. I didn't realise he's only 26. Still only 26. And a progressive midfielder who could take up multiple positions, but mainly on the right-hand side. Left-footed. I'll leave it there. Anything on James Maddison? He won't be coming to Arsenal. Sorry. Diane says anything about Marco Asensio? Bruh. Bruh. What I have seen, there's been another link, Marco Asensio to Arsenal, but also it's a stronger link and possibility that the new manager Everton, that maybe we should have probably had him maybe sometime in the past. He's also trying to chip in and get Marco Asensio. But I might do a video about Marco Asensio maybe in the next few days or so. But not coming to Arsenal. Not coming to Arsenal, unfortunately. Ralph, do you have any news you want to say to the moderators, or shall I just carry on?
Yes. Thanks for reminding me. So the first two jerseys have gone out. Don Arsenal, I'm going to do something different because I've gone onto the Arsenal website, and I don't know how anyone gets anything from them, to be strictly honest, unless you're an Amazon account holder or you're a member, which I'm not, clearly not. So don't worry, Don Arsenal, I'll be sorting you out. Static, what I'm going to do, my company does a couple. We did a charity walk last week, and what I'm going to do, I will send your donations to on behalf of Bernardo's. We do Bernardo's and Mind. Mind is another charity that we do in my company. And what I'll make a check. I'll do like a mini presentation to one of the guys who actually went on the walk, and then you can actually see that where your contribution has gone to that charity. Who else? Monty's one, it's gone. So hopefully when he comes back from his holes, they have a nice parcel waiting for him. And Ashley D, what I'm going to do, because it was outside of the boundary.
It was a cheeky request, that's what it was.
Sorry?
It was a cheeky request, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I understand that he already got a retro top. What I'm going to do, I will send you a voucher of the amount that'll be equal to everybody else that received their gift from Alex and myself. So you can use that to fund the item that you want to get. So it'd be like a discount kind of like way of being able to fund what you want to get as well. But yeah, hopefully I'll sort out all the moderators in that sense. I did say that once they're sorted, we'll do a competition for our viewers and subscribers. It'd be a full kit. It'd be a jersey, shorts, and socks. Not boots, not armband. You can get your armband if you want to be your own captain. Not a football. A football would be a bit vastly cheaper, but no, we want to do a competition for our subscribers and our viewers, and it just it'd be just one kit. So it'd be one winner, one kit, but it'd be a full kit, and then you can get it printed, your name on the back and everything else by yourself. But the kits from Cannon Fodder TV would be a jersey, shorts, and socks. But that'll be coming up within the next week or two. Once the moderators are all sorted, then I'll focus on that.
Wicked. Nice one, Ralph. Nice little update there. We'll go just for a few more because we need to wrap this up. My brother and myself have got some other business to attend to. It's not all about Cannon Fodder, man. We've got other things that we have our
many projects. Projects.
It is a funny one, Ralph. Pat says, take back the moderator shirt. No one showed up for work.
That's a good one.
Oh dear, let me just kind of pick and choose now because we're kind of wrapping up this one. Harry Kane always finds a way to come back and play against us. Yeah, he said, "Oh, no, I always said I was going to come back. I wasn't going anywhere." Liar, liar.
I thought he was on his way out.
Nah, there's been he said, "Oh, I've always said, I wanted extra time away from training. I'm coming back. I'm coming back."
Yeah, Lord.
Oh, dearie me, man. Question: do you think we are judging Ronison on his first bad game? It wasn't a good one, was it? Wasn't a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
And he's in his mid-20s, isn't he? Mid-20s, mid to late 20s?
Is he? I couldn't tear it off.
I think so.
Arnie, good morning, Arnie. Yes, another one of our members. It's a morning all. Man. What?
Bamboo?
Rum's a killer. Broke my glasses, got a shiner. Oh, good time. Oh, right. Okay, what's going on? What have you done, Arnie? Never hurt yourself, have you?
He's hurt himself. Drinking some of that rum.
Yeah. Stay well away from that. Alex, as it stands now, we are on top of the league. Well, because alphabetically A. Oh, God, Inglourious AFC are White and Lukonga upgrades on the previous players in their respective positions. What I will say is that they are players for the future. They're players for the future. And, we talk about, Ben White, actually not Ben White, Arsenal spending £50 million on a defender like Ben White, who actually we've got a player who could have played that position anyway.
Mm.
I mean, how much wages are we going to be, paying Ben White? But Lukonga and Tavares, these players, they're for the future. Ben White, I mean, he's playing in the Premier League. He was out on loan with Leeds, then Brighton, and now Arsenal. Players for the future, man. Players for the future. Ralph, shall we wrap it up now? Because we've got this thing to do now.
Yeah. Let's give it a wrap. We can do a Sunday morning catch up if you want as well. I'm off tomorrow, so.
Yeah, guys, listen. We've got to cut a dash, unfortunately, because we've got something else that we need to attend to. So yeah. So an hour and 6 minutes is more than enough time to be gassing on about Arsenal. If you guys you're thinking, oh, but I missed out, you can always go back and repeat it. Just repeat the Saturday morning show. But yeah, wonderful stuff. But before I end this one, I'll say a big thank you to my brother Ralph for coming back in this one. But no doubt we'll be back tomorrow with a Sunday morning catch-up show.
Back to our original slot.
Yeah.
Only for 1 week.
Because we're all over the place. All over. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this morning's show. I didn't know that you did. I saw the numbers just bubbling under 100 at any one time. The numbers, of course, dropping because we're about to leave you guys on this wonderful note. Just imagine a new season, the same players, the same faces. Is this the future? Could be. It could be, Ralph. You're shaking your head for it. Anyway, you see both Ralph and myself tomorrow for the Sunday morning catch-up show. No doubt we'll put a whole lot of pepper sauce on that one on Sunday morning. But what you can do right about now, like it says, subscribe. That's all you got to do. Just subscribe to the Wonderful channel. And I forgot to mention that we have now surpassed 13,000 subscribers. So,
Great.
Yeah, thank you to each and every one of you guys. Really do appreciate that. Onwards and upwards, like we say, onwards and upwards. But anyway, yeah, so we shall see you tomorrow again. It's going to be, I'm not sure what time. What time, Ralph? What time? Listen, yeah, we can talk about that.
We talk about yeah.
We'll talk about that. Yeah.
Let's wrap up.
Yeah. All right, guys. You have been watching Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.